This was the seaside town of Lahaina. And this is what it looked like after it was reduced to ash. In August 2023, this historical town in Hawaii was overrun by a wildfire that would soon be known as the deadliest in 100 years of modern U.S. history. The first warnings came days before the fires erupted. So how and why did so many perish? It's 10:47 p.m. on Monday, August 7th, in a region locally known in Maui as Upcountry. A security camera at the Maui Bird Conservation Center captures this.
It's windy, and then there's a flash, and I think that's when a tree's falling on a power line. The power goes out, our generator kicks in, the camera comes back online, and then the forest is on fire.
This is the first wildfire reported to the public by Maui officials. It would later be known as the Upcountry Maui wildfire.
We've got 10 sensors in that community that show a very sharp drop in electrical voltage at precisely that same time.
This is Bob Marshall. He runs a company called Whisker Labs. They provide in-home sensors designed to help prevent electrical fires. And those in-home sensors form a network that monitors the electric utility grids across the U.S. And they say they detected signals on Hawaiian Electric's grid before this fire started. The National Weather Service has been warning for days that the combination of high winds and dry conditions could cause damage and increase the threat of fires.
We've got video evidence now of, I think literally it's the first fire that started on Maui.
Marshall says this bright light is called an arc flash. He tells us it can happen when a power line faults, meaning it's come in contact with something it shouldn't, like a tree or another power line. Shortly after midnight on August 8th, local authorities say a brush fire is reported in the area of the Bird Conservation Center. Residents are evacuated. That same evening, miles away in Lahaina, Marshall says their sensors also start picking up stress signals in that community.
What our network shows and what we know is that the grid was incredibly stressed Monday night and throughout the day on Tuesday. So, it was trying to deal with the winds that it was encountering.
It's now around 5 a.m. local time on August 8th. Hawaiian Electric reports one of the first power outages in Lahaina. They say it's impacting at least 1,000 customers. 6:37 a.m., authorities say the first brush fire in Lahaina is reported. At 6:39 a.m., Whisker Labs say they stop receiving any data from their sensors in Lahaina. It's 6:40 a.m. on Lahaina Luna Road. Resident Shane True is live on Facebook.
Oh, this is live right across the street from my house. Freaking power line just went down. See them right there, that's the power line that started from up the road there. And all of that is still burning.
Lahaina Intermediate School is just up the road. It's one of 4 West Maui campuses closed due to heavy winds. At around 9 a.m., the Maui Fire Department declares the Lahaina brush fire 100% contained. They add that power outages are impacting water pumps and ask residents to conserve water. At around the same time, Kimberly Papadis is trying to get out of Lahaina. She's headed north. She captures a long line of vehicles lined up on Hawaii Route 30, heading toward town. 9:30 a.m. The wind is strong and picking up.
Head northeast on Dickinson Street toward Mill Street.
At this time, Hawaiian Electric says several power lines are still down across West Maui. Thousands are without power. It would get worse.
Wow. What can push a trailer that big?
ABC News reviewed several videos showing the strength of the wind gusts that continue to batter the island over the next hours. 2:30 p.m.
See how long this pole is going to hang.
Local farmer Eddie Garcia is surveying wind damage near his farm stand.
That's a nice gust right there. Ooh, that might do it.
It's 3:30 p.m. The Lahaina fire flares up again, Maui County officials will later say. Jill Perkins is at home on Mill Street. She records this video. It will take over an hour for officials to announce the flare-up online. 3:41 p.m. Resident Joe Schilling sends this text message to a friend. He lives here, in this senior housing site on Lahaina Luna Road. His friend and family tells ABC News they believe he had every intention to evacuate earlier, but realized other older residents weren't able to escape. Between 3:51 p.m. and 3:54 p.m., Schilling tells his friend via text that he's in a unit with 6 others. They're trapped, and breathing is becoming more difficult. 3:57 p.m., he sends his friend these 2 images. A house nearby is on fire, and thickening smoke is surrounding them. 4:06 p.m., Schilling tells his friend cars are exploding on the road. His family tells ABC News these messages were the last anyone has heard from him.
That's where I was going. That's coming. Let's go. What if it jumps the freeway here?
4:20 p.m., Jill Perkins and her husband are now in their car. They watch as flames engulf their home. 4:45 p.m., they're stuck on Hawaii Route 30 with dozens of others trying to head out. They would eventually make it out safely.
Yeah, this is quite the experience.
5:02 p.m., Denny Euchert and many others are at a standstill on Front Street as they try to get out of town. The fire is closing in.
If I make it, it will be a good thing.
It's like Lahaina is on fire.
Just 2 blocks away, Marjorie St. Clair is driving away from her home trying to find a way out of Lahaina. She manages to escape by avoiding Front Street. By 5:33 p.m., others like Noah Tomkinson, who say they've been waiting hours in traffic, escape the flames by jumping into the ocean.
Both sides, to the left and the right, are on fire.
5:36 p.m., Bosco Bay is trying to leave the local coffee shop where he works on Front Street. He's only about a block away from Noah's vantage point. Around 5:45 p.m., the Coast Guard says it begins receiving reports of people in the water needing rescue. They later say they rescued 17 survivors, including 2 children, from the water. 5:52 p.m., Bosco takes this last video of buildings ablaze before getting in his car. He manages to drive inland rather than onto Front Street. 5:59 p.m., Denny, only a block away from Bosco, has now left his car. He's taken 5 steps across the road and down onto the rocks of the harbor. Dozens are sheltering from the blazing embers. Denny later tells ABC News he waited about 5 hours before being rescued, 3 of which were in the water. Officials say many died in their cars, unable to get out, trapped by the flames.
Oh my gosh, look at the harbor.
It's 7:22 a.m. on August 9th. Richard Olson, owner and operator of a helicopter tour company, flies over West Maui.
Unbelievable. This looks like Baghdad or something.
Hawaii Governor Josh Green would later say that wind gusts clocking in as high as 81 miles per hour contributed to the rapid spread of the fire. He added that the fire traveled 1 mile a minute and temperatures rose to 1,000 degrees. The extent of the devastation is still being gathered and processed. As of August 18th, more than 100 people have perished in the Lahaina wildfire, making it the 5th deadliest in modern U.S. history.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.